Hello again, my friends. We are here for our EL content lesson. And remember, we are talking about recycling this week because it was Earth Day on Wednesday. So again, happy Earth Day. Remember, we're celebrating how amazing our Earth is. Even if it might not feel like it's amazing right now, it can do amazing. Okay, so I have another read aloud for you today. And remember, we are writing our opinion writing piece. Okay, so let me show you again our opinion writing piece. I am trying to give you my opinion. An opinion writing or opinion is I'm giving you my view. I'm telling you how I feel about something. I'm giving you my view, my belief about how I feel about a situation or about a thing or about a topic. Okay, so we're talking about the topic of recycling. So my view on recycling is, remember my opening statement, it says, I think recycling is good. And my picture shows me that I'm happy and recycling means love and things like that. So that's my opening statement. I think recycling is good. Okay? Pretty simple, one sentence. Remember, we can't just make an opinion statement and then leave it. We have to give reasons. We have to tell people why we feel this way, right? So my first reason was recycling is good because we can reuse materials. And I showed myself using a water bottle as a bird feeder and hanging it from a tree. Recycling is really cool because you can, hey, recycling is good because you can reuse things, right? And then yesterday we wrote our second reason sentence, and I wrote recycling is good because it helps the earth, right? So the earth is happy that all these different things go into a factory and get made into new things. The earth is feeling good because they're not dumping garbage, right? They're taking it to a different location, a different factory, to then use it for other things. So instead of it being garbage and dumping it in the ground in a landfill, they're bringing it to a special factory where they're making more things out of it, okay? Today we're going to focus on writing our conclusion statement, okay? But first, before we do that, I have a really fun read aloud for you about recycling. And it's actually pretty funny. It's a little, kind of like a diary, the diary of like a plastic water bottle. But it's called The Adventures of a Plastic Water Bottle, okay? So let's see where he travels to. And it's pretty funny. I read this to Ellie. She was laughing the whole time. The Adventures of a Plastic Water Bottle. Here we go. Dear Diary, do you ever get the feeling that you were meant to do something? Right now, I'm a thick, oozing blob of oil deep underneath the ocean floor, and I've been here for 1,000 years. But someday, I could maybe be made into fuel, like gasoline for cars or jets, or I could even be made into tar or asphalt to build roads. So he is oil, and he's hoping to be one of these things that's important. January 11th. Dear Diary, guess what that noise was? It was a huge drill. I was sucked through a long, wide pipe and into the belly of a giant boat they call a tanker, because the inside of the boat is specially designed to carry liquids, like a big floating fish tank. So all that oil that was in the ocean just got sucked into a pipe into this big tanker ship. The ship sailed for more than 1 week, and when it stopped, I was pumped into an oil refinery. An oil refinery is like a place that oil goes where you use it to make more things. Now, I'll be put through machines that will clean me and change me into a form that people can use to make lots of things like gasoline, wax, oil, and fat. Look at that. I wonder what's going to happen to me next. Diary, what will I become? Dear Diary, the oil refinery was amazing. It whirled, it rumbled, it bubbled. I went through a lot of changes. I got so hot that I just about disappeared when I turned into a light, misty gas. And just when things cooled down and I felt heavy again, it got hot and the whole thing started all over. The changes that I went through were called polymeralization. That is the biggest word in the world. Before I knew it, I had become a pile of plastic crumbs. Look at that, guys. He started out as oil. The oil, he was sucked up into the big tanker ship. Then he was brought to an oil refinery, which takes oil and makes it into like gas and different things. And now he's tiny plastic balls. Can you believe it? Plastic. Some of the other oil that I traveled with was turned into a paste, some into a thick, clear liquid, and some became a powder. But we have one thing in common. We're all ready to be reused and molded into different shapes. Hey, diary, did you know that plastic comes from the Greek word plastikos? It means easy to mold or shape. Wow. Hi, diary. Guess what? I was sent to a manufacturing plant and they heated me until all my little crumbs got nice and squishy. While I was still warm, a machine squeezed me into a mold shaped like a bottle. When I cooled off, I was a beautiful clear bottle, a plastic bottle for real. I felt so light and sturdy as I tumbled into a bin with lots of other bottles. As many as 10 million plastic bottles can be made in a day. That's a lot of bottles going out to see the world and never coming back. So he's a plastic water bottle now. Hi ho again, diary. Today was so much fun. Being a bottle is great. I was clipped into a bottling line. Whee! Flew down the line and went around and up and down. Along the way, I was washed and sterilized. Then I was filled with fresh water. I even got a really cool label. They're putting all of us bottles into boxes now. I can hardly wait to see the rest of the world. More adventure awaits me. Hey, diary. Today I arrived at the grocery store. They loaded me into a refrigerator right in the front row where I had a great view of everything around me. The store was filled with plastic containers in all shapes and sizes. I wonder where we'll all go once we left the store. Maybe I'll find out soon. February 14th. Guess what, diary? A boy bought me at the grocery store and took me to a park bench where he gulped down cool water that was inside my bottle. The sun sparkled on the side of my bottle. Birds chirped in the tree above me. There were pretty flowers all around. It was so beautiful that I didn't want it to end. But then something even more wonderful happened. The boy rinsed and filled me with more water, put a flower inside of me, and gave me to his mother. I had become a Valentine's Day present. She put me right in the middle of the dinner table. Nothing can be better than being a plastic bottle. Wow. February 21st. Dear Diary, this week was so great. I wish it weren't over. I got to see so many interesting things like the grocery store and the park, and I was a great vase for a flower. The flower wilted and was put into a mulch pile to become fertilizer. Now I'm in a recycling bin, but I have lots of company, a soda bottle, a peanut butter jar, and an ice cream container. I wonder where I'm going next. Look, now he's back to the recycling bin. February 23rd. Dear Diary, after I was picked up by the recycling truck and was brought to a big recycling center where they sorted out all the different bottles and containers. I landed in a mountain of plastic bottles. Now I know where some of those plastic containers from the store shelves ended up. Did you know we're all different kinds of plastic? You can tell what kind we are by looking at the number on the recycling sign at the bottom of the container. This afternoon, all of us plastic bottles got squished. Then we got stacked in big blocks called bales and loaded into trucks. Here I go again. Oh, March 16th. What a busy day, diary. I arrived at the plastic reclaiming plant where I'll be made into something brand new. I was sent down a line where I got shredded, washed, rinsed, and dried. I'm not a model anymore. Things started to heat up, and pretty soon I got all soft and mushy. Then I oozed through an extruder where I was squeezed out into long, thin strands like spaghetti. I wonder what he's becoming. It looks like a basketball net. After that, I got chopped into small bits. I like being a bottle, but I think I'm ready for new adventures. Hey there, diary. I never thought I could be happier than when I was a plastic bottle, but I am. Can you guess what I am now? Did you know all of these things are made with recycled plastic? Look at that. Toy cars made of recycled plastic, chairs made of recycled plastic, soccer ball. Pretty wild, huh? Did you guess, diary? I am a synthetic fleece sweatshirt. Can you believe something as soft and warm as fleece was made from a recycled plastic bottle? I went from oil to plastic crumbs to a plastic bottle to a vase and finally to a recycled fleece sweatshirt. I'm being worn by an astronaut headed into space. See that? Wow, diary, this journey has been out of this world. Wow, my friends. This is a really cool story because it's kind of funny. It takes you through different parts of the things that we have in our world and our earth, and they change, they're reused, they're recycled. And he became so many different things in his journey there. So today I want to focus on our concluding sentence, okay? So our concluding sentence is going to be on this page, on the last page of our booklets. Kind of like the other one, we are going to have a box for our picture. And our concluding sentence, we remember, is kind of like our last sentence. It closes up our whole story, right? So, what have we been talking about in our books? Let me go through and read it again. Let's see. Opinion writing. Remember, my opinion writing is my view on something, how I feel about a topic, right? And we have to prove it. We have to give reasons. So my opening statement says, I think recycling is good. Reason number one, recycling is good because we can reuse materials. And guess what? My friend, the plastic bottle, just told us about that. Just said that he was reused. That's kind of cool. Reason number two, recycling is good because it helps the earth, right? Instead of dumping garbage in the earth, we're reusing things. We're bringing it to a factory, right? And the earth is happy. Now, we're going to focus on our concluding statement or our last sentence. So let me see. We've been talking about recycling being good. You know how I'm going to end my sentence or my writing piece, my opinion writing piece? I'm going to say recycling is good for a lot of reasons. Okay? That's kind of a good ending sentence, right? Here it is, my friends. Recycling is good for a lot of reasons. All right? And you know what? I'm going to leave the picture blank for right now because I have to think. I have to think about what my picture is going to say to match my sentence. All right? So now let me read it all together. And I want you guys to read it at the end too, right? So here's my opinion writing piece. Opening sentence or opening statement. I think recycling is good. I think recycling is good. Reason one, recycling is good because we reuse many materials. Reason two, recycling is good because it helps the earth. And my concluding sentence, recycling is good for a lot of reasons. Okay? And then you can draw your picture here. So that's your job for today. Your job for EL content for today is to finish your concluding sentence, draw me a picture, and read your whole book or your whole booklet, your whole opinion writing piece to me and take video. All right? See you guys soon. Thank you.